8 कैटेगरीज किया है। उसमें कैटेगरी 8 और 9 जो नॉर्मल वॉशिंग से होता है वो सबको 8 जो कैटेगरी है उसको इंक्लूड कर दिया। कैटेगरी 3 जिसमें कि माइक्रोबायोलॉजिकल वेस्ट होता है उसमें इंक्लूड कर दिया है। और 9 जो इंसिनरेटेड एसेस होता है उसको हटा दिया है। और एक चीज़ है उसमें कि पहले था कि कोई भी पहले जस्ट केवल जिसका 1000 बेड से अबव है वो लोग ही इस पर ये कर सकते हैं, वो लोग ही बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट में आ सकते हैं। लेकिन अभी है कि कोई भी हेल्थ केयर फैसिलिटीज, कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि उसका क्वांटम बहुत ज़्यादा हो या कम है, लेकिन जो भी रिलेटेड है, छोटा नर्सिंग हो या लैब हो, सारे के सारे इसमें बायोमेडिकल रूल में इंक्लूड कर दिए हैं। और इसमें यह भी दिया गया है कि जो हैंडलिंग ठीक से नहीं करता है उसको फॉर्म 6 का एक फॉर्म आता है बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट रूल में, तो उसके अगेंस्ट में उनको चार्जेस दिए जाते हैं।
अच्छा, जैसे कि हमारा साउथ कॉलोनी में जो मीट फीट जो दुकान है उन लोग को भी ये रूल में आता है कि वो लोग
बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट तो नहीं है।
अच्छा, let me summarize. Actually, biomedical waste is only waste which is directly coming from the treatment procedures related to hospital or special care.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा।
But in hospital, you can easily see that even in a hospital setup, many waste are being generated, which has got nothing to do with biomedical waste, such as paper, pen, refill, books, anything which is not related to biomedical waste. So basically, 85% waste generated even in this hospital is not biomedical waste. They are basically general waste, and they should go to the black coated bag, and it will go to the municipal waste. Okay, and this waste should be segregated in such a manner that it should not mix with the infected waste, that is remaining 15%. This remaining 15% waste is basically biomedical waste, and इसमें भी दो कैटेगरी है। 10% is infectious and 5% is toxic or hazardous. And in infectious waste also we include the sharp waste. Now to simplify whatever Dr. Dhanwar has elaborately told, there is a background that our hospital recently inspected by the Pollution Control Board authority, and they have given some adverse remarks. But we have then and there activated our infection control procedure, and I am confident that with your cooperation we will be able to follow the guideline of the pollution control. Then let me tell you what are the deficiencies they have noted. Deficiencies they have noted is the waste segregation at source is, in some words, is not proper. Then the segregation in specific color coded bag is not proper, and the color coded bag is not having the biomedical waste label. This is one way. And then the intermediate storage just outside the hospital, you have seen that room. There is a room for biomedical waste. That room, outside the room, there should be a biomedical waste symbol. So that was not there. And from each ward there should be a label that which ward is generating that waste. And the casualty department, they are keeping the records from how many wards, how many bags are being collected. And ultimately there should be weighed in the biomedical waste room that how many kilos of waste is being generated. Why? Because there is a quantum that per bed or per head at least half kg waste should be generated, and it depends on the level of care. If it is a very high level sophisticated tertiary care or international hospital, then the hospital waste generated may be even 1 kg per head per bed. But in our setup, 300, 400, maximum half kg per bed. So our hospital is 303 bedded, and bed occupancy is 80 to 90%. Then accordingly 270, 280 per day occupation, accordingly the waste should be generated. So what we are now doing, we have activated our team. Dr. Dhanwar is the nodal officer, and under her there is the infection control nurse. The infection control nurse is matron store, that is Anjuna Dasgupta. She visits every hospital. I have already made a pro forma, inspection pro forma, that you inspect accordingly. And what are the color coding system? Very simple. Anything which is coming with the patient body fluid or blood, anything which is soiled with patient body fluid or blood, that should go to the yellow color coded bag. Clear? Anything which is soiled with cotton, bandage, gauze, everything that will go to the, or anatomical waste, pathological tissue waste, that should go to the yellow color coded bag. Then blue. Blue is anything which is either plastic or glass, that is autoclavable. Plastic or glass material, blood bag, urine bag, then syringe, tubing, which is made of plastic or glass, that will go to the, that means we can autoclave them later on. That will go to the blue color coded bag. Is it clear? Yellow and blue is clear? There is no, now we are not practicing any red color coded bag. And sharp waste will go to the sharp container, tough container, puncture proof container, which is colored yellow, or we put it in a bucket, which is color white, which is we put in a bucket, and that bucket should be filled up with hypochlorite solution. Previously there was some deficiency of hypochlorite solution in some wards. I have already supplied hypochlorite solution in every ward, and the needle cutter was not available, it was not available in many wards. Now we have supplied needle cutter, and I have already indented color coded bag. It will be available within few days, and regular inspection has also started. To summarize, suppose I am giving injection. This example will make it very clear. I am giving injection to a person. You are giving injection in injection room. So if you see the cotton, where it will go? Cotton. It will go to the yellow coated bag. The foil of plastic foil outside the that is package, where it will go? Plastic, that plastic cover of the syringe which you first tear, where it will go? Black. Then the needle, where it will go? Sharp. And the plastic syringe, where it will go? That is, it will go to the, it is autoclavable, it will go to the blue color coded bag. So if you remember this example, then it will be very simplified. General, when we give injection, 4 categories of waste. That is, first general, then the cotton, it will go to the yellow, then the sharp, it will go to the sharp coated bag, and the plastic syringe, it will go to the blue. So this is clear. So this is the way we segregate and give it to the color coded bag. And after that, the ward gives the label that it is generated from this unit, and then the casualty sister, the in charge of casualty Umadi, she is maintaining a register that from each ward what we are, how many bags we are making. So that why it is important? Because nothing should be lost in the intermediate path, so that this syringe cannot be recycled, or blood tube, everything that which should not be recycled in future. So that is why whatever is being generated from the ward, that should exactly go to the storage. And the storage people, it is maximum, it will remain 48 hours in that room, and the authority will come, that same Amnesty International, and they will collect it. And they will put a signature that I have collected this much of that. So this is the procedure we are following. So please, whenever I request all the ward in charges, sisters, doctors, and even the DNP, please, whenever you go to the ward, please keep and watch to the biomedical waste generation and disposal, so that in future Pollution Control Board Authority will not give any adverse comments. So this is the request from the administration. Thank you. Thank you.